one day somebody does something unspeakable to someone else, to someone you hardly knew, and you do something about it because you can.
This story is brought to us from NPR News. Minneapolis Police Chief Brian O'Hara resigned after facing discipline from Mayor Jacob Frey over allegations O'Hara interfered with an investigation into his alleged sexual relations with city employees. He said, "Trust is not secondary to the job. It is the job," said Mayor Frey. He went on, "When trust is broken, it becomes extremely difficult to continue leading effectively." Now, Mayor Frey had announced at a evening news conference he had accepted O'Hara's resignation after informing the chief he would face discipline up to and including firing. Mayor Frey read the report. He accepted O'Hara's resignation during a conversation later that afternoon. O'Hara joined the Minneapolis Police Department in November 2022 after serving as deputy mayor and public safety director for Newark, New Jersey, where he helped police adhere to a U.S. Department of Justice consent decree. He brought with him to Minneapolis the promise to replenish the ranks, rebuild trust, and transform the police department after the police murder of George Floyd and the exodus of officers that followed. They were like, "We're out. He ain't burning our police station no more." At the time, he was voted in unanimously by the city council. At the press conference last Tuesday evening, Mayor Frey credited O'Hara with making progress on reforms and helping rebuild the police department. But he said city residents should be able to trust the person leading the department. Assistant Police Chief Katie Blackwell will take over as acting chief effective immediately. Mayor Frey said, "No decision has been made on who will serve as interim chief, but Blackwell is up for the job." The report conducted by Fosgren, Fisher, McCaman, DeMaria, what the Bob? Let me back up on that. Sorry, I was drinking. You got to read these names. The report conducted by Forsgren, Fisher, McCalmont, DeMaria, Teisfer, LLP, said their investigation could not substantiate the allegations of sexual relationship with the city employees. Investigators said in the report, O'Hara likely knowingly and intentionally deleted a contact card from his city-issued cell phone for a witness in an initial investigation into his conduct. They also said it was likely the chief disregarded explicit instructions not to discuss the investigation with others. The original investigation into the allegations of sexual relationships were completely then released to the city in the summer of 2025. However, the new investigation was opened after a witness shared a recording of a phone call in which the witness and a city employee discussed the initial investigation and allegations against Chief O'Hara. According to the report, that phone call raised concerns that O'Hara interfered with the investigation. Earlier this month, Mayor Frey nominated O'Hara to serve a second term. I guess that's over with. The city council had yet to vote on his nomination. A public hearing for his renomination was scheduled for early June, but several council members have repeatedly criticized the department for not making enough progress toward reforms under O'Hara. Operation Metro Surge brought broader criticism, with some council members wanting Minneapolis Police Department to do more to protect residents from federal agents. After he was renominated, Councilmember Latricia Vita, who is generally supportive of the Minneapolis PD, told NPR News she was undecided. She worried about MPD going $19 million over budget last year and pointed to more than a dozen open complaints filed with the city's police department against O'Hara. So here you have this troubled police chief who was deputy mayor in New Jersey, comes to Minneapolis. "I'm going to fix your police department. I can do it." In 2022, starts doing things. The city council member says, "Look, last year we were $19 million over budget." But that's not the police chief's fault, is it? That would be the city manager's fault. I don't know, or the mayor. Get the police chief for that. But these sexual allegations, that's going to, the downfall, it seems like the downfall of almost every politician, every police chief, when they have a downfall, it's usually somehow connected to sexual allegations. I mean, age old, man. Ever since Adam, I'm not going to preach to you, but I'm going to bring something up here. Because remember, it was Eve that enticed Adam. Hey, man, Adam, some fruit. It's really good. And he's like, right? Is that how it went? Somehow, but the woman enticed this man to go and get some fruit. And God said, oh, whoa, what did I say? What did I say? But that had to happen. It did. Otherwise, we wouldn't be here. They'd still be walking around in the Garden of Eden as innocent couple. So that kind of had to happen so that, God said, okay, now you're going to replenish the earth, or whatever. Yeah. But I digress. So it's age old, man. Men have fallen, over this for years. I don't know where I was going with that. But I mean, it's here's another story of a place. I just did one on a judge that was caught in his chambers. You know what I mean? So there you go. I mean, I want to hear from you guys. What do you think? Man, where do I go with that? Oh, his renomination. Let's close with this. So he's being renominated for a second term. Then this comes up, and Mayor Fry goes, I think you should fire him. Well, you just renominated him for a second term. What do you guys think? Let me know.